Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, Trek fans, and welcome to NerdTube. And we've got a special one for you. We have a breakdown of the Starfleet Academy trailer. I do say breakdown because myself and Cheeto, welcome to the stream. We have both seen this trailer, and we hope you've seen this trailer as well. Unfortunately, because of the way Paramount is, if we try to do a reaction to this trailer, they will take down our video. So we have to slowly break it down for you in increments, and we'll explain to you how we feel about what certain scenes might represent and be and all of that. Once again, let me introduce you to my co-host, Cheeto. How you doing?
Hanging in. How are we doing? Hopefully everybody out there is doing
Fantastic.
well.
Bad time we get some sort of more Trek, especially Starfleet Academy, as we initially got teased that not too long ago, and it is coming up. So let's have a look at some of these scenes that we've already seen, excuse the pun, before. All right,
So there's our first
this
look
looks
at
like
the Athea, right? I think it was called the Athens or the Athea or something like that. That's the ship right there.
it almost, I don't know why, but I mean, maybe I'm getting the wrong impression here, but it looks a bit wastelandy. Maybe it's just the hue of the sun, and the image
Yeah,
is
I think
giving me.
so.
But
I see where you're getting that, but yeah, it does. Or maybe the wildfires are still raging, even in the 32nd century. I mean,
not just that as well. Like you remember, this is in that 32nd century. Starfleet Academy Starfleet themselves have just been like a small entity, so to speak. They haven't even been on Earth. Earth itself is its own thing, and so this is probably the remnants of the old Starfleet Academy, which they have to probably rehash, refurbish, possibly.
that's what
You
it
know,
looks like because that's right. That's in San Francisco Bay where Starfleet Academy
yeah.
originally was. So I mean, you're probably right. Like they're either refurbishing it or repurposing it or something. So
And there's some. Oh, I
well,
wonder what's out there. Sort of
I
moments as
think
well.
yeah, they're already giving us like the background of Helen Hunt's character and what because she's I don't remember what the race is called, but it's Hocus Pocus from
Yeah, yeah.
uh I can't
I'm sure you was.
yeah, Lorraine. I don't remember the name of the race. It's not a Lorian, but or maybe it is a Lorian. I don't know. But anyway,
One,
so like
yeah,
they're long lived and like so she's been around since like for thousands of years. So she actually saw the Federation in its prime also versus like versus where it's at now, from what I understand.
this is
So
just these images here, and I believe this young lad will obviously be one of our main protagonists of the show. We will see him get older, but it's got a very Dune sort of vibe. Not just Dune, but that terrible movie Rebel Moon. As well.
I've still never watched those movies. Never.
Yeah, you've done yourself a favor. So here's our young lad. Um, and oh, why is this actor's name escaping
Paul
me right now?
Giovanni or Paul
Paul
Giovanni.
Giovanni. Yeah,
Yep. I
here he is
mean,
now doing his best Rhino impression.
right.
He's about that.
Yeah, I
He's right
do.
now.
Yeah.
And
So I mean,
yeah,
he's a good
villain,
actor.
villain.
Yeah, he's a good actor and he's a villain. It's just showing us like how like everything's going to be intertwined. And to me, like we come back with the common problem of the universe seems small because you know what I mean? Because now, this kid is now involved with Paul Giovanni's character, and I think it involves Helen Hunt's character a little bit more. And I don't know. It makes the universe seem a little bit smaller to me, but I might be wrong.
He's definitely an antagonist and probably a recurring villain for season one. I don't know how long he's going to last and how many seasons
Well,
we're going to have
they've
this
said
show.
he is quote unquote the main villain of season one. So
Yeah, without a doubt. And look at him right there. Like,
I know, right?
yeah,
He
but
gave up.
been
He gave up Rhino for this.
he's been captured. He's obviously done something to this kid's mother, I believe, because we saw her get taken away. But eventually, White Savior comes along, and
Hey,
and
she's not even human. So you can't play the race card if they're not even human, Zam.
fair enough. Well, she comes along and goes, "You know what, kid? You're what we need right now for to rebuild Starfleet."
Yeah, she said she
And
was
look at
tracking him down for 15 years or something like that. Like she had been tracking him or something like that. I don't know.
a Paramount original. Like I said, like this area it looks a bit dusky, dirty, whatever. Maybe it's getting cleaned up. And look at she looks a bit, look, there she is talking to
So that scene
there we
right there
go.
is very reminiscent of Pike and Kirk in the Kelvin movie. You know, like in the bar saying, you know, we need you, you know, for Starfleet, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
that's the impression I got right off the bat with this scene.
yeah. Well, you know, he's definitely going to be like some sort of like Harry Potter super student.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'm getting it wrong. I hope the whole like or Starfleet Academy is not on his shoulders. Or I don't want any of that shit. I just want him to be a student in Starfleet, and the fact that Starfleet is having to, you know, resurrect itself. You know, they're looking for young people to participate, and that's why they brought this kid in.
So
And
again,
there's
another scene that's very reminiscent of remember in the Kelvin, remember when Kirk and Bones are getting on that shuttle to go to Starfleet Academy for the first time? So I mean, I just again another scene that just kind of reminds me of that. I'm not saying it's going to
there's
be
a lot
exactly
of
like that, but
there's a lot of Kelvin vibes in this.
oh yeah.
You know,
Uh,
there's a hologram projector screen of one of our upcoming characters.
our very controversial female Dominion person. I'm like,
I know.
why is this controversial? Like, there's so much genetic modification with the Jem'Hadar. It's like, what?
It's controversial because the people who make it an issue, and let's just be real, like the actress who's playing her, she's black and she's not slim, and all of a sudden that is the biggest issue on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's why I'm just like, no, I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen. I mean, a female Jem'Hadar, like, is she like I think she's like a principal or something or some kind of,
yeah.
that's why I'm like, I'm interested to see what happens here. I love to catch up with the Jem'Hadar and like the Dominion, if there's any involvement with them or, you know, whatever over, you know, that's what I've always said with Discovery season 3, 4, and 5. I wanted to see the status of the old races, you know, as well as pepper in new ones, but like I do want to see what's happened with the Klingons, with the Dominion, with the Borg, even like what's been going
Yeah.
on with the Ferengi, what, you know, like all of these races. I want to know what's going on with them. What, 600-700 years after Picard
Almost a
season 3?
millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, about 700, 800 years. You're right. Actually, I couldn't think of it from that particular period.
Yeah, I was gonna say from
you're
Picard
right.
season 3, yeah. But still, it's like, yeah,
That's a
that's what
long
we
time.
want.
Okay, so we're still going to stuff. Yeah, regarding the Jim Hurt, I was saying, if people don't realize, I was being sarcastic. I'm taking the piss out of the haters. The people who make it this show, those sort of things, are fucking idiots.
Well, and people who just automatically hate it because it's Kurtzman, and it's like, listen, it might be bad, like Section 31. It might be good, like Lower Decks and Star Trek Discovery season 3, 4, and 5, and Strange New World season 1. We don't know. The USS Athena. So yeah, okay, I was.
This is like a place for them to learn, isn't it?
Yep, that's the school. That's the, like, technically Starfleet Academy is a ship right now. Like there's probably an Earth-based thing, but like technically the school takes place on a ship. So is what I think they were saying in the trailer. Which I like. I think that's fine. You know, I mean, technically Starfleet headquarters is mobile now, so why not make the Academy mobile?
Here's our protagonist all cleaned up. Sorry, let me see if I can find the bell. There we go.
Oh, there you go. That might even be a thumbnail right there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make that the thumbnail. Just like let people assume what they're gonna assume about our trailer reaction, but I'm gonna make that the thumbnail.
January 15th. Now, this is not like around the corner, but it's not as far away as people realize. Like before we know it, we will be into 2026, and thank God that we survived the year so far. And
it's a miracle we survived the year.
Look at, if you just look at the picture itself, all this floaty shit. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what those are.
I bet they're probably some kind of habitat things or something like that. I mean, maybe kind of like the Jetsons. Remember, like they always used to have their houses
Mhm.
above the like. I just that's what I imagine that is. It's just sort of just like residential areas, or I mean, maybe Earth in their solitude. Back during the burn, like maybe Earth was become more environmentally conscious, and they're like, okay, we're gonna stop our carbon footprint on the planet, and so now we're going to create all of our residential structures like above the ground. And yes, there are some you can kind of see, but like they're trying to minimize their carbon footprint on the planet by making their residents and stuff float above the ground rather than like obviously on the ground. I just a thought. That's what popped in my head.
And once again, we're getting another image here of Starfleet, and just to remind people as well as obviously correct myself to a degree. This place isn't just Starfleet Academy. This is Starfleet. So this whole place is going to get rebuilt, refurbished. Get back on its feet again because Earth is now part of Starfleet again.
Which I think
And so,
honestly is I actually don't like that. I mean, why is in this late era? I mean, they've already made Starfleet, headquarters mobile. Why ground it again? I know it's Earth and I know blah, but it's like Starfleet headquarters was fine being mobile. I liked it being mobile. Like in the latter seasons of Discovery, I'm like, why ground it?
I guess, but we've always seen here and there elements of Starfleet around San Francisco, this area. We've your little bit here and there from the movies and the TV shows, and to a degree, it'll be really good to have a large period of time or a moments within the series where we cut to this location and flesh it out a little bit, maybe.
Or my thought was, since Starfleet headquarters is mobile, why don't they just like whatever race the president is, why don't they make Starfleet headquarters on that planet? Like have the ship land on that planet and stay there. And then when they elect a new president, it moves. Like let's say
Yeah.
like let's just say for like the new president's an Andorian. Like I think what was the current president? She was Bajoran and Cardassian. So why don't we have Starfleet headquarters at Bajor? I think it would be very interesting to do that dynamic.
Fair enough. I mean, it would make things complicated that every time we have a new president, we have to have a new Starfleet headquarters.
Yeah, but Starfleet headquarters just moves because it's mobile. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, I get you. Like it is a ship.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, is it a bit extra? Yes, but it's like they're in the 32nd century. Like, it's not like moving like the entire Washington D.C. area or the entire Parliament area. Like it's just literally a ship, and like you can just move it wherever. It doesn't even have to like be in the ground. It can like sit like those buildings were floating. You can just have it like they're floating,
Okay.
but on like Bajor or on like Andoria.
Do you remember the Star Trek video game we played, the online one?
Yeah.
On PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
This place reminds me of like one of the hub areas.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Looking at that. This is probably like a recreational area, so to speak. Nice little tree growing in the middle. Got some neon lights giving it that cyberpunk feel. Neon signs and stuff.
Yep. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'll bring it up later when we get to it. Go ahead.
Tig, right?
Yeah. Yep. Tig. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't remember
Yeah,
her. She's got like an awesome name. She has like an awesome real name, and I can't. What's her name?
Jet Reno.
Yeah, Jet Reno. Like, why? Yeah. I would literally, if she had the name Jet Reno, I'd be like, you know what? We're just going to use your name in the show because Jet Reno is an awesome name.
Yeah, you should be in Star Wars, with a name like that.
Yeah,
Jesus
right.
Christ. But look, she's in the place now. Look at the new outfits they got as well. Like it's really cool, and
I know all the fan film creators are going to be crapping themselves because they're coming out with a new uniform.
Yeah, Vance is going to have to break the bank. You know what I mean?
Right.
All these uniforms he's going to be saying, Jesus, he's pretty much got them all.
And just to be clear, I don't like these uniforms. I think they're too.
No, you don't like them?
I do not like these uniforms.
I love the solid color. Like it's not main. It's more mainly. Yeah, I like that.
See, I like it. I like it. I like it when it's kind of balanced. Like I like the TNG, like uniforms. I also like like the First Contact uniforms with the gray and just like the collars having the colors on them.
Yeah, those were cool as well. Okay, so here we go. We have awkward introduction here between two people.
Yeah, that's
But here we go. Here's one of the money shots here.
yeah,
The doctor.
but that girl is she's the sentient hologram or something like that. Like that, like she's actually a holographic life form. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
there's kind of a lot of mystery around that because nobody really knows what her origin is and what like like obviously she's
So
going to be hanging out with the doctor because they're both holographic life forms, but yeah, it's kind of a thing. It's like, okay, this is a holographic life form, but what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm excited to figure that out.
and just like how I'm really happy to see, say, 709 on Picard, so we're seeing TNG and Voyager characters mixing it up. And now we got another Voyager character in the Doctor mixing it up, in this particular show. This is really what we want to see at times when it comes to Star Trek, a bit of crossover here and there.
Oh, I
It's
love the
going to be interesting to
crossovers.
see. It'll be interesting, really interesting to see um, if he is genuinely the same Doctor from Voyager, or is he an alternative program or whatever it may
No,
be? You know what I mean?
they've already said it's the original.
That's awesome.
So that is the EMH from Voyager. Is what they've said is what they've said in interviews. Now I don't know if they're going to change that up, but that's what
Well,
Robert Picardo said.
here we go. One of the most controversial characters of all time in Star Trek. A female Gemini.
Yeah,
Like it's just like, come on, like, are you serious? You guys are screwing over this because she's not super slim, and you can obviously tell she's a black lady underneath all that makeup, and that's why people are losing their shit. Honestly, they're losing their shit over that. It's ridiculous.
honestly,
It's absolutely ridiculous.
and you're right, but honestly, the thing I'm looking at is like, wow, it's in like a old 20th century gym. Like it's literally like a gymnasium from like the 2000 like the 90s and 2000s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's got a
I agree
basketball
with you
court and
there.
everything.
Look at those mats. I mean, come on, like you can't futuristic up a gym.
Well,
You
I
know,
think I
it's
don't. It's probably a holographic program that they're using. I imagine it's going to be something like that.
yeah, because they're probably in a real school gym right now, and
Oh
so
yeah, absolutely.
they yeah. Let's see what else have we got here. Oh,
Uh,
some combat.
Combat drills probably, which I'm fine. Pew pews I'm fine with, even if it's holographic.
I'm trying to get to this. No, I've got a couple of characters there, but I'm trying to find. Why am I? There we go. I don't know what this is. I'm trying to get it all. I can't find it, unfortunately.
Well, just go back a little bit and hit play really quick, like just for a
No,
second.
it's okay. I mean, people. It doesn't matter. We'll move on.
So that's
We're take some
probably
sort of bridge.
yeah. I think that's the bridge of the Athena. More than likely, either that or it's like a bridge from like just like a holographic bridge, like from the beginning of Wrath of Khan. You know when they're on that simulated bridge. Oh yeah, and then there's her. I need to be okay. So if anyone gets this reference, you are awesome. Okay, Paris. She looks exactly like Paris from Gilmore Girls, and she sounds like Paris from Gilmore Girls. So if you get that reference, congratulations, you're probably still a virgin.
San Francisco looking all cyberpunky. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks that looks really good. I actually like that a lot. They actually, futured it up.
Some
No idea
scene
what's going
here,
on here.
and the very Star Warsy this looks like. But this dude, I wonder who he is.
I don't know. That I don't know.
No,
Nope. I think that might be the guy that might be the guy that comes from wealth. He might be the guy who's like, oh, I bought my way into Starfleet.
yeah, but you can't. Can they do that?
I
Is money still an issue thing here? And all of that.
I mean, maybe or not bought, but like influenced his way into Starfleet. You know what I mean? Like, like
Politicians,
yeah,
and maybe he's high up on the food chain regarding his family being all admirals and shit like that. And
yeah, like nepotism. Like he's the nepotism character, kind of like Jack Crusher from Picard. The nepotism Jesus.
it's very frat boyish looking, all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I really hate that because I mean I feel like in the 23rd century, like even frat boys should have moved on, from that
Yeah,
mentality.
yeah.
But
It's not, and it's quite a to a degree. Like the college, university, yeah, it's all over the world. I can't really vouch for every aspect of it, but that feels like a very American thing,
yeah,
not
probably
necessarily
yeah.
because yeah, I'm not necessarily sure it's always like that in all the British universities, for instance. But here we go. We got like our contingent
Yep.
all just chilling together. First look at the excuse me. The first look at the sorry, the Klingon doctor. And we've got another look at him here. Oh, oops, sorry. There we go.
So this
Good shot of
again,
him here.
this is another interesting part of this show that I want to see. I want to see what the Klingon Empire's been up to since the beginning of the 25th century. So this is another part that I'm like I really want to see what's going on with the Klingons, and I'm sure we'll explore his backstory and like what's going on with the Empire at this point. I mean, I'm sure I can't remember. Did the Klingons join the Federation before the burn? I can't remember if they were or not.
I can't remember. But look, I want to try and get all of this wrapped up in the next few minutes. So
All
let's
right,
just
that's fine.
quickly move on from here. So here he is, the same guy, probably doing some sort of ceremony, or maybe
Mhm.
lost somebody. What else do we have here? Some
Oh,
making out
kiss.
because they're young people. They're young. They're horny. I mean, this shit is inevitable.
Listen, I'm
They
old
want
and
to be
horny, so I mean,
no, but they're gonna be pun firing all over the fucking place.
on
Um,
firing.
this is another character here. I don't know who she is. Another shot of God knows what that is.
Yeah, it's just more like probably teenage shenanigans or something, or I don't
There's the
know.
Doctor Robert Picardo. Looking old, but still hopefully I mean, he's a phenomenal actor. Just generally, the guy, he's done so many roles. For me, as well as being the Doctor, he always be the cowboy from Inner Space. I love that role of his. I love that movie. It's fantastic. Um, and here we go. What's his name again?
Uh, Paul Giovanni. I don't remember what the actual character's name is. I know they've
Paul
said it.
Giovanni, but he is aged. You can see in this.
Oh yeah,
His beard is grey.
yeah.
So he looks like he's coming back for a bit of payback. And he's obviously free from his shackles. Do you recognize what race of alien he is?
Mm-mm. Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure. He's. I don't know if he's anything we've ever seen before. But again, I mean, remember, like, I mean, the Ferengi looked pretty different, in Discovery. So,
And there's a confrontation between them two, but just before that, you saw some sort of Starfleet battle as
mhm.
well. And just dorm room stuff here, communicating and all of that with the lecturer.
Yeah.
Off-world stuff, we expect that. We expect these guys to go off-world and go to different planets. It is the Starfleet and stuff like that. That's a cool shot. I don't know what any of this is, but it looks like he's frozen. But then again, is there a barrier going on here or something like that with the
I thought that
legs? I
was
can't really
was that
tell.
a statue? I thought that was a statue, but I might have
Yeah, yeah,
not seen everything.
that could be a stat. Yeah, possibly. But it must be floating around in space.
Yeah. Maybe it's something to do with the DME or whatever from Discovery. I don't know. Like maybe like it destroyed a planet, but the shipyards. Gotta love those shipyards.
Yeah, you go exactly. There's some like lovely views of panoramic views you're gonna get, making you understand the gravity of what we're seeing here. Oh, here's a better image,
Mm-hmm.
more clearer, and how far we've come. And
And
there's our crew again. With maybe some additionals who might pop in here or there just to beef up Starfleet, because what I don't, what's going to bother me about this is that here's Starfleet Academy. All these students are coming here, but it's going to be the same 4 or 5 who keep being given assignments and stuff
Yeah.
to do and all of that shit, and all these other students, they just don't seem to exist. You know, what the fuck are they doing? You know,
Well, as long as they follow the format of the '90s interplay game called Starfleet Academy. Like I played it, like when I was young, and I played it on my gaming channel. But like that game was great. It was literally like you are a cadet in the TOS or in the TMP era, and you're going through with your crew. Like it's like 5 or 6, and you're like going through the whole school year with your crew so all of your simulations, all of everything is with them, but everybody has their own specific jobs. You have an engineer, you have a tactical, so it's like that they kind of
yeah,
group them off into groups, but they all stay together. It's not like in normal schools nowadays where you go from class to class to class to class. All of your training is like done as a group. So I mean, I hope they do it that way. That would give a legitimate reason for our all of our here like all of our main characters to be together in the same group so much. But I also don't mind them splitting off and doing some other things, but like it just makes it easier to keep them together.
all right. So that is pretty much Starfleet Academy, new series, January 15th. I will definitely be watching this. I like a different take, and something like Starfleet Academy has been mentioned since the conception of Star Trek from the original series.
Mm-hmm.
So to finally get it, after all these years, is going to be amazing. And once again, as I said when we did the trailer reaction to the first trailer, is that some of these kids, if Star Trek, maintains and still ends up being something worth watching in 20, 30, 40 years' time, some of these young actors could be with us playing these Star Trek characters for decades to come. And that is amazing, come to think of it, So, imagine that, just like we're watching these guys as children, and then in our 80s, we're watching them as fucking captains and God knows whatever. Amazing,
Mm-hmm.
this who knows. So great, very much looking forward to this. Okay, Cheeto, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much, everyone out there who watched this, and give us your opinion below. Let us know what you think about this trailer and what you feel will come from this show. And if you think we're wrong about certain things, let us know about that too. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care, live long, and prosper, my friends.